It brings me no good joy to say this, but I told you so. I told y'all literally yesterday. I told y'all, as a matter of fact, take a look right here. Right there. Bang. The truth exposed. Here's why WNBA players are not signing the WNBA offer. I told y'all that yesterday. See, I be bringing y'all the news you could use. Now, I'm not like these other fools. He go like that. Oh, man. But it does not, I'm not happy about what is going on, man. WNBA players have officially turned down the offer of $1.1 million. We got to get into all of this. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. Let's rock. So we got to get into all of this, y'all. We got to get into all of this, y'all. These WNBA players ain't playing no games, man. They play. Look, this is the definition of playing hardball, and I think it's time for the WNBA to put their foot down and move on. This was Alexa Philippou. WNBPA doesn't see proposed $1.1 million max salary as moving negotiations forward. This is craziness, man. I told you at the end of the day, I told y'all it wasn't even about, they wasn't going to accept the bread because it's not even truly just about the bread. I told y'all that it's about the prioritization. They want to be able to go play in these other leagues and not be required to be back in time for WNBA training camp and all of that. We've already seen Gabby Williams voice this. I told y'all they wasn't going to accept this, and I'm not happy about it. I think it's time for the WNBA to move on with replacement players. Point blank, period. This is crazy, man. What do y'all want? What do y'all want? Do y'all want? Are y'all looking for $2.5 million as a max with $1 million as a minimum? Like, what is it that you're asking for? This is the third comprehensive offer that WNBA has sent. Look, time is of the essence. It's November 20th. That damn extension is running out. It's running out. The strike, the lockout is on the way. At this point, the owners are just going to lock these players out and move on with replacement players. And I think at this point, that is what they should do. Let's get into this here. It said initially, the reaction on social media was that this was exactly what the players were looking for with a ratified CBA, and fans were convinced this meant that a new deal would be struck soon, and there would certainly be a WNBA season in 2026. Now, I felt like this was a good offer. I feel like this was a fair offer, and I was hoping that the players would sign it because at the end of the day, I don't dislike Kathy Engelbert in the WNBA enough to the point where I don't want to care to see Caitlin Clark to play. I care more about seeing Caitlin Clark play. I enjoy watching her play more than I'm disgusted by the WNBA, than I'm disgusted by Kathy Engelbert. So I'm hoping that a deal gets done. I'm not one of those people that want a lockout. I just can read between the lines, and I knew the players were not going to accept it. Think about all of this stuff, man. This is everybody involved is a conflict of interest. All these people on the board either have interest in stake and unrivaled, and they're getting money over there, or they're in Project B. It's a complete conflict of interest all the way around. It's a complete conflict of interest all the way around. They can't say it's about the money. The most money Unrivaled can offer you is $250,000. That is the minimum in the WNBA with this offer. That is near the minimum in the WNBA with this offer. So it can't just be about the bread, which is what I've been saying. Here it says, ESPN Insider provides new information on WNBA CBA negotiations. ESPN WNBA insider Alexa Philippou made a November 20 appearance on NBA Today and discussed the players' reaction to this new CBA proposal. And she said, quote, I'm hearing that the players and the WNBPA, the WNBA Players Association, does not feel like this proposal moves things forward, Philippou said on ESPN. And if you look at the numbers that come out with this report, you see a salary maximum of a reported $1.1 million, a minimum of $222,000, and an average salary of $460,000. But the issue that the players in the WNBPA seem to have with this proposal is that it does now meaningfully actually apply their request to have a revenue share system in the next CBA collective bargaining agreement. Philippou added what they want, and the players have been really consistent in this message, is they feel that the salary system needs to grow with the business. And so far, this proposal does not include that to the extent they have been asking for. And it says, she then added, there's a lot of work left to be done in bargaining for them to move forward into the direction that we could be talking about a deal anytime soon. Could be talking about a deal anytime soon. When asked about a potential revenue share, what a potential revenue share would look like, the players would agree to, Philippou said that is still something that has a lot of ambiguity to it and is not yet clear to the players. So that's another question that they're asking and want to get some solutions on. So apparently to them, they're not getting everything they're not willing to compromise at all. The WNBA has compromised. They started at 800,000, then they went up to 1 million, then they went up to 1.1 million. At this point, if the WNBA goes up to 1.3, 1.4, that's probably not even going to be enough. I don't know what's enough for these ladies at this point. It seems it will be back to the drawing board between these two sides. Well, we don't have enough time for it to be back to the drawing board. Something has to give. Something has to change and shake. And at this point, the WNBA needs to say, bump that. Okay, cool. Project B is 66 players. It's not 66 WNBA players. You already see they're signing Leonie Fee. They're going to other parts of the world and getting players as well. Go to Project B. Y'all on Unrivaled, do Unrivaled. I got the players on rookie contracts. You're the WNBA. You got Caitlin Clark. Most importantly, if you're the WNBA, you have Caitlin Clark. That's the most important thing. You got Caitlin Clark. You got Angel Reese. You got Rakia Jackson. You got Cameron Brink. You got Anissa Morrow. You got Sanaya Rivers. You have enough young players. You got Nika Mule. You got Dominique Malonga. You have the young players. Paige Beckers. You have young players on rookie contracts. Okay? You draft again this year. So you bring in Lauren Betts. You bring in AZ Fudd. You bring in Olivia Miles. You bring in freaking Flau'jae Johnson. You bring in these rookies. And you go overseas and you bring in the replacement players and you bring in the players that did not make teams before. And you run with some replacement players and run with the young stars. Because at the end of the day, bro, the young stars is what this about. A lot of these older, we're not checking for no Nneka Ogwumike. Her game, we wasn't buying tickets to watch her anyway. If we're going to be real, the WNBA needs to move forward with the young talent and play with the players that are under rookie contracts, the players that they're going to draft in 2026, and replacement players. I think that's what needs to happen, and the WNBA needs to move forward. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. This is Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.